Laborn from A Purpose-Driven Life. Welcome, Trista.
Thank you for having me.
It is great to finally meet you and hear your wonderful voice.
Thank you.
So I see we have another special guest with us. Would you like to introduce your beautiful daughter?
Yes, she is my youngest daughter, Olivia, and she's 11 months. Hi, you see you waving, Mama? She's trying to wave.
What a cutie pie. I met Trista through the Entertainment New Media Network, and that's a platform for bloggers who cover media entertainment.
Time.
So we met just online, just by being through that group. And so it's a lot of fun, and I've met so many people through the internet and through blogging that I can't imagine my life now before that. Like, what did I do? I don't know. So, Trista, what do you like to do for fun? What do you do?
So, what I like to do is I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to different things that I like to do. So, I mainly like to hang out with my family, of course, definitely hang out with my husband. And the biggest thing that we do is go to the movies. So we're such movie buffers. So we love going to the latest movie that's out.
That's awesome. What's the last movie you saw?
The last movie we saw was Transformers.
Okay, pretty good. I just saw Guardians of the Galaxy. That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one. So, do you do a lot of cooking? And I understand that you like to have barbecues. What do you make?
I do. I love having barbecues with, a lot of friends that we meet and our neighbors. And now that I am newly vegan or vegetarian, I like to try different recipes and things like that. So.
Do you write about that on your blog?
I do. I do write about that, the different recipes and how healthy they are for you. And I even have one post on there that recipes on how to grow your hair healthy by eating some of these healthy recipes and things like that. So, yes.
Awesome. That's neat. How to grow your hair healthy. Well, I definitely notice when your nails or your hair get brittle, and what do you eat that's better for you? What do you recommend?
I try to eat a lot of definitely fruits and vegetables, and then I eat a lot of beans.
So I've heard of a book called A Purpose-Driven Life. How did you decide on using that terminology for your blog name?
So when I came across the name, and I wasn't even thinking about A Purpose-Driven Life, the book. I didn't even know until people were like, "Oh, it sounds like A Purpose-Driven Life." The how I came across the name was I was just thinking. Basically, I was just doing a revamp on my blog. It was called at one point Trista's Creations. And I wanted to do a revamp of my blog. And so A Purpose-Driven Wife just seemed so fitting just for my life because I'm pretty much driven in every aspect of my life. And so that's how I came across the name. I mean, I didn't even realize it was the name as A Purpose-Driven Life book.
But you have kind of a scripture-centered focus. Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
So it's Christian based because I'm a Christian, and since accepting Jesus into my life has really changed my life. It really flipped my life upside down. Before I knew Christ, I was pretty much a different person. I'm smiling all the time now, but before that, I was not a nice person. I wasn't a nice person, and so I was at a point in my life where I was very hurt and very hurt, just not wanting to live, basically. And so I found Christ, and then he pretty much just groomed me from the ground up. And so this person you see here is now a purpose-driven wife. Whereas before, I will probably classify myself as a bum because I mean, and I say it like that just to give you an idea of just how my life was.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, do you write a lot about your personal experiences on your blog? Did you?
Oh, yes, I do. I've also written on there just a critical point in my life that was it was basically a crossroad in me accepting Christ or going down a path where you probably wouldn't have even heard about me now. Yeah, so I've also talk about that on on my blog. It was very much a critical point, and I'm so glad I chose this path.
Oh, yeah, me too. I know how we feel. But, you didn't just stop at writing about yourself and about your purpose, but you also have a business that you talk about on your blog too, the Silk Spa Creations. How did that start?
Yes. So like I said, it was during a time where God just began to really groom me up. And so as he was doing that, I was going through a lot of changes on the outside. I started to wear my hair natural. Growing up, I always put a perm in my hair. And so after doing some research on, what the perm was actually doing to my scalp and to my health, I started wearing locks and just started eating natural. And basically, God was working on the inside. I was working on the outside, basically, you
Awesome.
know.
Awesome.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
so along that was I started learning about natural ingredients, natural products, and I wanted to incorporate that, in my hair, on my body as well. And so that's how Silk Spot Creations came about.
Fantastic. Um, so I understand that concept, but how do you produce these products? What do you do?
So um, I come, so basically what I do is, so there's an issue like with my locks. I like to, twist my hair, twist my locks. And so with that, there's always products for just hair. I wanted to create something that was natural, that was multi-purpose, and that just represented, just all natural ingredients all together. And so I created, things like a body butter that you can also use in your hair. I have massage candles that not only is good for the environment, but you can put on your skin as well.
Wow, that sounds cool. I've never heard of that.
Mhm.
And do you
Yeah.
have an Etsy store? You can order it online. Do you have a shop? How do I get this stuff?
Yes, you can definitely find more of the information on my blog, A Purpose Driven Wife, and then I do have an Etsy shop. It's called Silk Spa Creations .etsy.com, and Silk Spa Creations is one word, and that's where you can definitely find more about my products. Mhm.
So, do you think your blogs pushed you into going into business, or did you have a business that you used your blog to promote? Which came first?
My business came first, and then and at first, the purpose of my blog was to promote my products. But then, like I said, God was doing some stuff on the inside. And so I wanted a platform to, have a voice where I could just be myself. And so not only I can do that with my business, but I can do that on a blog. And so, yeah.
That's that's great. That's fantastic. And have you connected with a lot of people around the world through your blog and your products that you sell?
You know what? Yes, and definitely because my husband is in the military, and we just actually got stationed here in California, And being here in California just seemed like it's like the blogging central or something, because the other area I was at, I did meet some people, but it just seemed like it's nonstop here in California. It's nonstop of meeting so many people, and I guess because it's a big place, but it's constant. And I meet so many different people that I'm friends with online, and I keep in contact with. We help each other. It's awesome.
Well, that's what I love about it too. It's pretty cool. So you mentioned your husband. I had wanted to ask you about what it's like to be a military wife and, to have a Marine, and where is he stationed and what does he do?
So my husband is in the Marines, and he's stationed on Myanmar, and he works on jets that's on the air station. And so we were previously stationed in Beaufort, South Carolina, and he was basically there his whole career. He's been in for about 12, 13 years now, and he's been there his whole career. And um, and I guess he all of a sudden they needed him to come here to California, and I'm so happy he got the orders here. At first he wasn't too happy about it, because he heard so many things about California being so expensive, but it's not bad at all. I love it here.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So how long have you been here in California?
We've been here now 2 years.
Hey, all right. So you know what I'm going to ask you next, right? Where's your
No.
favorite place to go? What's your Hollywood hotspot you would recommend for my viewers from 10 minutes in Tinseltown?
So we took a trip to LA and loved it. The number one place that I liked, even though I am vegetarian, is Roscoe's.
Roscoe's Chicken and
Roscoe's.
Waffle.
Yes. The chicken is phenomenal. Okay, this is before I became vegetarian. I'm so glad I had the opportunity. It is so good.
It's so good, you'll never have to eat it again. You could just remember how awesome it was.
Yes.
That's great. So if you haven't been to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, I'm not advertising for them or anything like that, but you got to go because it is really someplace everybody should try. I went there on my birthday once and they sang to me and brought me apple pie and oh my God, it was awesome. So anyway, I love that suggestion. I'll always remember that that's where you were so impressed when you came to California. And Trista, is there anything else you'd like to share with us? And I know that you've got your little one. She's being such a good girl. And I think if there's anything else that you'd like to talk about or tell me about, go for it.
So, I don't like to go deep into just why I'm just so passionate about my faith. Just mainly, I really love just, after accepting him into my life, I really am just at peace with just everything. It wasn't like that before. I was just so angry all the time, irritable, and it was just like every little thing would just set me off. And being that I'm from New York City, that was like how I grew up, how I grew up. So, just right now, I'm always happy. Not that everything is a bed of roses, but my husband and I, when we got together, if you met us then, you wouldn't even think that we would make it. But my husband and I have been married going on almost 10 years now, and I'm always talking about him on Facebook, showing pictures and things like that. That's my baby. Sometimes I call him my baby daddy. So,
Well, that's great. I mean, it's so evident that you are in love with life and with your wonderful family, and thank you so much for sharing that with me and with our viewers and here on 10 Minutes in Tinseltown. And I wish you all the best, Trista. Thank you so much for being on. Do you have any
thank
questions
you
for
so
me?
much. I do. I do. So what is your favorite spot here? Maybe me and my husband could kind of try it out, being here in California.
Well, let's see. Do you want someplace romantic and interesting or something like a hot spot, like glamorous?
Anything, we're open to anything.
Well, have you been to the Getty Museum?
We have it.
Okay. So there's two Getty museums, and I recommend them both. One is right off of PCH, and it overlooks the ocean, and it's a beautiful, um, like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a villa, and it's called the Getty
Okay.
Villa, and it has a lot of interesting artifacts and stuff, and
I'm
it's
writing.
really really neat to walk around, and there's nice things to see. But the Getty Museum, the Getty what's it called? Institute, I guess. It is more about architecture and design, and it has incredible views of the city. And there are restaurants and things to do at both places, so you can make kind of a date of it. And but it's a lot of fun. So that's a good date. That's a fun thing to do if you've never been there, for sure. That's what I would recommend. The
Oh,
Getty.
nice. I got it.
Oh, you broke up a little. I didn't hear that. What did you say?
I wrote it down. I wrote down Getty's Museum, and so I'm
Nice.
definitely that's on the list
Oh,
of places.
okay. That's fantastic. You should try it. And if you want more details, you can check it out because I did write about it on my blog, mizmaliz.com.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, lots of pictures too. It's a beautiful place to take pictures. And if you like, plants and trees and beautiful landscaping, or if you like art or history, it's just got it all. And, it's a very interesting place. And
Nice.
it's unique. It's one thing that's, I think, unique to Los Angeles. So I hope you enjoy it and let me know if you ever go there. And I will definitely be seeing you around, Trista. I want to check into those candle products. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yes, definitely.
Well, this has been 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with Trista Laborn from A Purpose Driven Life. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye, Olivia.
Want to say bye? It's time to go, Mama. Huh? Bye.
This is for Auntie Melissa.
Yeah, good.
Bye. Oh, I just love our blogging family. Okay, you take care now. Have a good
All right.
night.
You too.
Bye bye.